When we are talking about the demand for the property, for sure,
Yes.
I believe it will be continuously growing.
Yes.
But then the supply, have you reached the balance between the demand from the market and the one that we can supply? Indonesia.
Well, that's why property developers are very happy these days. Property developers are building more homes and more apartments. Now, depending upon what your wants are, you may not be able to find exactly what you want, and it may be more expensive than what you had hoped for. Prices, for instance, in Jakarta are going up. However, Indonesia is not one market. There are many, many cities, and the property markets are different in each one. In some cities, the market is a bit more stable. Jakarta is, frankly, prices are going up quite a bit. So it really depends on what you want, and like the old adage, location, location, location. If you're looking for something in a prime location, there's going to be less of it, and it's going to be more expensive.
When we are talking about location, when we do the mapping in Indonesia,
Yes.
big cities,
Yes.
Jakarta, is it still dominate the property sector? Or there is a possible way that will be like widespread equally to Surabaya and other big city?
Well, you know, when you talk about property transactions, there's a lot of different data, but basically more or less 70% of all the property transactions in Indonesia occur in Jabodetabek. Jabodetabek is still basically the engine. However, you can't just ignore the rest of Indonesia. The property market in Surabaya is very buoyant. Makassar, Medan, Bali, Yogyakarta. These are all property markets of their own, and they all have ups and downs. And in most cases this year, from our information, the property markets across Indonesia in all the major and secondary cities are positive.
So there is possibility of the emerging new market in other cities.
Oh, absolutely.
Based on the experience of Rumah.com, which cities besides Jakarta
Well,
are very prospective for this?
Surabaya, of course, is the second largest city, and there's a dominant property market there. Surprisingly, we have a lot of interaction with property agents and consumers coming to our website looking at property in Makassar, Medan, Semarang, you know, Lampung even, Padang. It's very, very interesting. And each market is slightly different. For example, in Medan, there's a dynamic of property transactions related to Malaysia. Many Malaysian developers and Malaysians are interested in